05DEC, already know it's me, so what you asking for? Shorty bad and I just bought a bag and I ain't asking for it. She just bragging, I just send a jet to Maybach out the port. We be fly, we be cashing out, come keep me company. Shorty bad, so I'm a good. Got diamonds on her teeth, treat her good, she know I'm a boss, I'ma keep it P. Brody told, you just pick a side, get her right straight. Feel the pressure when it come, with my heart on my sleeve. I can never ever fold, mama praying for a G. Gotta get it, gotta go, gotta grind to a B. If I want it, I'ma get it, cause the pressure on me.
Let's go.
Pick a side and go.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Pick a side and go. Pick a side, yeah, yeah. Pick a side to go.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Right on. Pick a side and go. This is the Daily Drops of Dexter Dewayne. My name is Dexter Dewayne. Let's just hop right into it. I was watching an interview with Joe Rogan and John Cena. If you're not familiar with John Cena, he is the greatest of all time, the never seen 17, the last real champion, and he is on his way out after being in the wrestling business since 2002. So he had an interview with Joe Rogan, and he dropped some amazing insight of his tenure between 2002 and 2019 and how he rolled. So I just want to break two main parts of that interview that I just thought really reignited something within me, and hopefully it does the same for you. So the first part of his journey, when he started wrestling, he went through that whole process of figuring out whether or not he wanted to become a wrestler. He became a wrestler. He's on the roster. He is getting paid to wrestle by WWF at the time, now known as WWE. And long story less long, he was almost on his way out. Like, he was, in line to get the pink slip to get released, get fired, because he was bland or whatever the case is. But there was a small moment when he was overseas, and as someone who normally kept to himself, which I can relate, he normally kept to himself. He decided to go in the back bus that they were riding in, where everyone else was freestyling, and he said, you know what, I'm going to go back there and I'm going to start flaming everybody. And it caught the attention of the daughter of the chairman of WWE, Stephanie McMahon. It caught her attention, and after a couple of conversations, she was like, hey, do you want to go out there and do that in the ring? And he's like, yeah, sure, let's go for it. Go over there and mess up or get fired. So he goes out there and he starts putting on the jorts. He's got the chain. He starts rapping. He starts doing all these things, and he creates this gimmick called the Doctor of Thugonomics. He's a white kid from West Newbury, Massachusetts. And he goes out there with this gimmick. And one of the things he said was, well, I'll break it down into two things. The first part is that even though people might not like the gimmick, they understand it. So if he went to New York, they would get it. He would go in the middle of Wisconsin, they might not like it, but they also get it. And the philosophy back in the day is that if the powers that be in the company didn't necessarily like what you did, but you got a reaction, you got another match, which means you got another shot, which means you're here for another week. So that was the first part. The second part of this interview, he talks about the standard that was set between 2002 and 2019. And in his words, he said there was no team. It was my way or the highway. So if you're around me during that period, things had to go my way, which meant if we're getting on the bus at 10 o'clock and it's 10:01, we're leaving you, which could sound a little harsh, but he goes a little bit deeper. He starts to talk about what the North Star is, right? And the North Star for him and every other wrestler with him at the time should have been, hey, we were kids and we had our paper wrestling belts, and the goal is to put on a show and to put on an experience that allows you to hold up a real belt and a real championship. And there's a certain standard to do that. So breaking down the two, right? I titled this "Show Them Who You Are." So breaking down both segments, and I just want to be clear on this. There are certain limits, right? I understand, like, there's certain environments where you can't necessarily do what I'm about to talk about here in a second, but you know, for most people, you can take both of those mentalities and put them in your course. So, you know, step number one, right? Try to do the thing that makes you you, right? Do what makes you you, or it doesn't work. Either it doesn't work or it doesn't work, right? You either try it and it doesn't work out and you just go back to wherever you came from. So you might as well just try to be you. And if people don't like it, that's fine. But if they do, you might be riding on something that takes you to the next level. So that's number one. Number two is hold a standard for yourself and everyone around you. Right? So if you are around people who are constantly miserable, they only care about just clocking in, clocking out, they only care about the money, they only care about, doing the bare minimum, that's going to drain you if that's not you. And real life example, right? I was telling the story about one of my old working environments where we were all a bunch of killers. I'll keep it 100 with you. Like, everybody around, like, when I got in, I didn't know nothing about nothing. And this is like the IT world, the cyber world. Like, I didn't know anything about anything. Everyone around me was just 10 times smarter than I was. They didn't know, like, I couldn't tell you an oboe from an elbow. I'll tell you that. But I walked into those rooms and I knew, hey, the standard is different. You know, I go to Walmart or I go to Target. It's like they just expect you to show up and do whatever it is they're asking you to do. But in this particular environment, if you are not good at your job, everyone is going to notice. And that's the type of pressure that I love, because it forces you to get better. And being around people who force themselves to get better, to force each other to get better, is an environment that you should want to strive to be in, because there's no losing there. There's no losing there. And when we break them down, right, it's number one, just going in there and just being yourself. And number two, making sure that the standard is what you need it to be in order to make sure that you're progressing forward. Surrounding yourself with people that will slow you down isn't just going to slow you down today. It's not just going to slow you down tomorrow. It's not going to set you behind a year. It might not even, here's the thing, like, maybe spending a week with the wrong people could probably set you back decades. With the compound interest, it could probably set you back decades. So it's so important to not, number one, be yourself and try that out, and then find those rooms where you can maximize that to your fullest potential. Put yourself in a situation where you can be at your best. You can perform at your best. And not only you perform at your best, everyone around you performs at their best. And you can encourage the newer people who started just like where you started to grow and be their best and go out into the world and make a difference. So that's my challenge. Take those two, roll with it. We'll see you on the next one. Out here.